Good evening. There we go. I have appeared, as I intended to, magically. Hope everybody's doing okay. Happy, happy Friday to all those who celebrate not working. Unless you have to work on the weekend, in which case, uh, I'm sorry. And, let's, overthrow capitalism. As a treat. We seem to be on the verge of some axioms. So, you, if you want to know what my evening has been, I was like, man, I want to play some games before I play games tonight. Well, what can I play to warm up for Axiom Verge that I haven't really played? And so you know what I played? If you guessed Axiom Verge 2, you are correct. So I was playing the sequel to this game before I go back to play this game. And I'm at the point right now where I'm just going around the map, going for completion in everything, trying to gather up as much uh, resources and extra powers and all that junk. Because I'm a big time completionist. I guess Axiom Verge too. Does that? It does. 90% credit. But yeah, my week was pretty good. Started out kind of garbage, feeling a little sick, a little garbage throughout the week and stuff like that. Had some dumb work stuff, but no more than usual. But I got some good news from some people. Like things that I've tried to do to help people that I care about, and it seems like that those things are gonna work. So I don't know. Like it was just the it was kind of the pick me up that I needed to like make my day brighter. So it made me smile. Uh, I don't know. Uh, I very cleverly remembered to pack a tea bag full of fun herbal tea after lunch today. I should actually make a real, meaningful lurk command. So thank you for reminding me, and I hope you have a good lurk, Resco. You know what? I should do that. I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna fuck it. We'll do it live. So I'm gonna pull up the thing, and we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be cool, and it's gonna seem like we had it the whole time, and nobody's gonna know that I'm an absolute hack who doesn't know what he's doing. All right, check commands. Okay. Custom commands. Tokyo Toba. Say user level everyone. And now I gotta remember how to do things. Okay, there we go. Now I gotta think of something clever to say. If only I were clever. If only I could think of things to say that were clever. Quick. Somebody be clever for me so I can take credit. I think to pick me up, I need might be pancakes. Maybe. I mean, pancakes are a great pick me up. Let's see. How about let's see. Okay. What's a what's a funny, clever thing that we can say for lurkers in the future? Uh, I mean, I feel like the obvious thing is something. Don't be coming back now. Uh, if anybody recognizes the NES edition of Monopoly's "Get Out of Jail" sound effect, you should probably talk to a physician. And how do your knees feel? We gotta stand out. Uh, I feel like maybe something with the Void Sea flavor is a good idea. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. My favorite little cosmic horror was just getting ready for bed and saying goodnight to me. So, okay. Okay, we'll go with that. See how that goes. Uh, it is the Trooper. The Trooper is my favorite Iron Maiden song. I don't know. Hey Drazov, how's it going? We were just on the fly adding a lurk command because I realized I don't have one, and I feel like I should every time I identify something that like a real good streamer has, I should just fix it on the fly rather than like pretending I make a mental list about things and that I'll address it later because I won't. I don't know. That's kind of my ethos in general. Fix the problem today. But yeah. Anybody got any cool plans for the weekend? I don't really have a whole lot going on. I'm probably gonna clean a little bit. I've got D&D tomorrow, and I don't know. I feel bad, but I'm thinking of telling my group that I don't really want to come anymore. It's not a like, and I feel bad because I feel like it's gonna upset the GM. which is not what I want at all. I really enjoy the GM. It's just some of the other players and stuff like that who derail stuff and don't take stuff seriously. And I'm not saying that we need to like be, like a dungeon crawling murder squad or anything like that. Far from it. But I also feel like that they just literally there's literally conflict between a lot of people at the table when there shouldn't be, and it frustrates me because like we get people that just get heated about choices that other people make or like characterization that people have, and I don't know, it's just not a vibe that I really enjoy as much as I do enjoy the GM and their fiance, who is also a player. Uh, Probably going to keep riding the seventh sea hyperfixation kick. Found out about excellent. Seventh Sea is one of those that I know about, but I have never played. So I think that that's really cool. Sounds like hole in the roof syndrome, where something isn't a problem until it's an immediate problem. Yeah, I think it's a combination of that. I think I just also am the kind of person who there are a lot of people in my life that do not solve their issues until they become too big for them to handle. And I don't want to sound negative or disparaging, but it does frustrate me because then it is a problem that is one, too big for one person, which means that I have to take part in it, but two, it's a big thing for me then. And it's not something that I necessarily had a hand in making, but I have to fix it. And it becomes just like this taxing element in your life. And so I think in my mind, I don't want to do that to people, including myself. So, uh, I mean, I guess I feel bad about it. I feel bad about like disparaging people because there are extenuating circumstances to a lot of it. There are reasons why people have trouble addressing problems that they have in their life. There are psychological issues and conditions and things like that that make it difficult for people to deal with certain things or to have the skills to address certain issues in their life. It just sucks when, for lack of a better way to put it, your resiliency becomes a burden in your life. That it's like, oh, you can handle this because you can handle anything. And it's like, okay, yes, I can, but I don't always want to, you know? Like, it, it's not a great dynamic for uh, friendships, for relationships and stuff like that. And, it becomes something that like, especially when I I have had people in my life that have felt entitled to that. And that is the point especially where it really like rubs me the wrong way. And then I am the kind of person who I don't know, I try to be better about it now, but especially in my younger years, I was a much angrier person who was very, very good at saying very, very hateful and hurtful things that push the right buttons in people. And I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I feel like that's a thing that I can do. So, yeah, I want to dodge that. full full stop. So, man, what a cool breezy topic I've bumbled my ass into. Awesome. Uh oh, one cool thing. We are sitting currently at 168 followers. I am hoping that before the end of the year we can hit 200. I think that that would be really cool. I need to think of what I'm going to do when I hit 200 because I want to have some sort of celebration, some sort of event, some sort of cool goofy little thing that we do, something. I don't know. Uh so if anybody has any suggestions, additionally, if anybody isn't there already, uh no stress, no need to, but we do have a Discord if that would be that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Is like playing some Jackbox or some other silly stuff. Everything we do here is goofy. uh but yeah, no stress. I know everyone and their brother has a Discord, and everybody's Discord, left side is absolutely packed with stuff. Uh but I do put notifications there for when I go live, and I'm hoping to put some more stuff there as time goes on, and maybe even do like movie nights and stuff. I think that'd be neat. So, but I digress. Uh, Let me pull up the thing with the stuff. And I'll pop over to here. And then I'll remember that I have to reset up my scene audio because I swapped it for Dark Side Detective. There we go. Axiom Verge. Okay, items 68%, map 87%. I don't know how much more we have left. I thought we'd make it through tonight, but seeing those numbers, I'm not as sure. But we'll see. Also, uh, I am going to have to unlearn the controls of Axiom Verge 2 because uh, I definitely have like tried to do some things in the menu just now that don't work. So big on. Okay, is there anything else to unlock in here? There's that one section up there. But I gotta go this way to get there. So we'll just murder those. The one thing that I absolutely miss from Axiom Verge 2, and that's very good, is that, and I may unlock it at some point, but there is a fast travel system that I very, very greatly miss. Being able to travel between save points is very nice. Okay. Asshole. Stop shooting me. That's not very cash money. Oh yeah. I I really think that I have done myself a disservice by playing the sequel, cuz like I'm like, okay, I'll just use this ability, and it's like, oh no, I don't have that. That's not even a thing in this game. Oh shit. Oh shit. But the one thing I do have is my son, who I can become now. Detroit, become son. That's how that game worked, right? You know, the one with the poorly constructed android as a metaphor for racism story. What if what if android was minority? Your son, who you certainly do not explode. That's right. Look, you can clearly see that I do not explode him. See? There he is. And now there I am. He never once exploded. He became me, and I became him. And that's fine and good and normal. And anybody that says otherwise, tell them to shut up. I don't know. That sounds pretty culty. Listen, what is a cult but another word for family? I feel like you're giving it too much credit. Oh, regarding Detroit Become Human? Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, it's David Cage. You know, notable grade A asshole David Cage. The only man who can make a kung fu fight with a Mayan priest on top of a flying saucer seem boring. I think you're mixing up cult and clan. No, no. Clans are what they used to have in like old school video games, and you put the little tag there that had like a couple letters and stuff like that. He is both bad at writing and also bad at humaning. So, you know, he's got that going for him, as it were. those things go hand in hand about 98. I mean, as a writer, I try not to be one of those writers that is like, writing is the single most important craft. Storytelling is the only thing that matters. Every other profession, in fact, sucks dick, and not in the good way. Which I do, because I'm a writer, and thus gay as hell. But, like, at the same time, if only the inverse were true. At the same time, I do think that writing as a profession, to be good at writing, and not just like the kind of writing where it's like, you say the things that I want to hear. That means you're a good. The Ayn Rand ass, like, I have a philosophy that I want to cram into this fucking narrative flesh suit and puppet around Weekend at Bernie's style. That real, honest to God, good writing requires a level of empathy that is. It is difficult to be that empathetic and also be a trash fire person. Not impossible. And I would dare say that to be able to do it and be garbage would imply a level of willful bastardry that I think would, like, mean that you could compete in the Bastard Olympics and take home the gold. But by the way, who took home the gold in the Bastard Olympics this year? I really hope it was Team USA. Do you think they could do a Bastard Quest? Because that's a good podcast. I'm not familiar with that podcast, so I will have to check that out. I don't see the Bastard Olympics. I think it would be funnier if it was a team sport, but the inherent nature of it was that everyone knows that you will absolutely suck as a team, and that's part of it. Like, the worse teamwork you actually have, the better marks you get. Oop, I got distracted reading chat and ran face first into this thing. Let the record state, I tried to clip the bit about in the good way, but the clip maker decided to hit me with the nuh-uh. Aww. Do you think that it did it because I said something about sucking dick? Or do you think that it just hates me? Or hates you? I don't know. Oh yeah, mobile clip maker is. I tried to make a clip the other day for somebody, and it was absolute dog shit. So I was just like, I refuse to let this go, and found a way to get to like a real ass computer and take the clip. So I was like, I'm not going to let you screw me on this, Jonathan Twitchelton. This is just a fascinatingly weird visual. I think it's upset that I won't regard its slight improvement as good enough. Nothing I do is ever good enough for you. I feel like the correct response is to call it homophobic as a joke, but you can't make that joke about sucking. Uh, yeah. Ooh, do I get like a little speed boost when I do the dash? Nice. No! Damn you! Ah, you've bean boozled me once again. Haha, eat shit in hell, bot. Alright. I know that I say it every time I play this. But god damn, I love the music in this game. And like, I think part of why I say that is playing Axiom Verge 2, it has a lot of quality of life improvements. I feel like it loses some things in the atmosphere portion and in the general intrigue of the story. But I think the place that I most felt like a little underwhelmed was the music. It has good music, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't have, in my opinion, the same level of like every single track of this is utterly perfect for this scene and story. They know Mobile Clip Machine often just shrugs and says, "Can't," says, "Clip it to me." Yeah, the mobile clip stuff is vexing because it's just like the combination of that and then like when I try to clip stuff, a lot of times I get like doubled audio that's like really weird and awkward, and I'm like trying to focus on what it says at any given point, and I'm like, which one of these is actually going to show up in the clip? Oh, hey, Trace. Whoa, Elsnova? Yes. Drones repaired my body before other Rusalki. Trace, I am sorry for my reaction earlier. You should not carry blame for Athatos' crimes. Okay. Ahead is elevator to breach. Athatos is inside. I do not ask you to kill him. Just shut down breach attractor. But he will try to stop you. As always, there is weak point. Find and destroy it. Once breach recedes, I can help. But I cannot survive in breach, so be careful. Athatos lives, okay? We can lock him up or something, but no killing. No killing. Thank you. So, this is you? I was originally soldier. Does it frighten you? I think I was already at some point beyond fear. Ah, crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks for apologizing. Please don't kill me again. I won't. Be careful. Athatos is devious. You cannot trust him. I'll keep that in mind. Have a good one. Take care. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, sorry, let me catch up on what it says. As you might expect, it makes it hard to get the timing right. Yeah. Who's going to carry all this crime blame, though? At some point beyond fear. I mean, come on. My fellow monster fuckers. Look me in my eldritch eyes and tell me that that's not the shape of a woman. Ooh, one thing that I wanted to do, actually. Cool on a dime pivot there. Good shape, I'll give you that. I don't know what shape that is. I don't know. How many weapons does she have pointing at me at any given moment? Kaiju centipede, maybe? And I'll never complain about a good robot. We're just a little bit short. Yeah, well. What I really want to do is I want to. There's one more place that we haven't been, and I'm worried that I'm gonna waste my time doing this, but we'll see. I wonder if Ophelia is still over here. Yep, she's still here. Good to know. Oh, they did? That's awesome. Yay. I remember when I was younger, like, I didn't know what MST3K was. Like, I had seen advertisements for it, but, like, I didn't have cable. I didn't have the ability to watch it until middle school, or maybe, I think it was middle school. I had a friend who was talking about it. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And so I went over to his house and he showed me an episode that he had recorded on VHS. And it was The Final Sacrifice. And to this day, it is still my absolute favorite Mystery Science Theater. Rousdower. Is that a stupid name? It's so dumb, and I absolutely love it. Rousdower. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that it's like, I'm really grateful that, like, I got exposed to it and that it had a chance to shape my dumb, stupid, messed up sense of humor. You all explode. How the hell am I supposed to get through this? That's what I want to know. There's gotta be something. Like, it just feels like there is a solution here that I am not finding. So the answer was yes. I did waste my time utterly coming over here. I wonder what happens if I go back up here. If that thing that I found and messed with stayed messed with, or if it... No, it... What is the point of this? Like, there's got to be something, and I just don't get it. I will say that... Hold on. Hold on. Nope, wrong thing. Icky... Okay. Help me remember this. Ikikibu Labiru. I don't know if that did anything. Oh no, it's Kibu, not Kiru. That would... Yes! I'm the smartest boy in the world. Oh, I'm so absolutely pleased with myself, except for the fact that I'm stuck behind this laser hell. Okay, but in all honesty, I gotta say, I am legitimately proud of myself for seeing the memory address thing and being like, normally it just shows weird fucked up symbols. This one has actual letters. Uh does that mean something? Hot take letters are weird fucked up symbols. You know what? You're right. All right, give it to me. want it. I want the money. The money is mine. So now I wonder if there are other places on the map that have that same sort of like thing going on. Okay. Also, there is something from the other game that I think that this is telling me. In Axiom Verge 2, they have two dots that indicate whether or not the map is clear and the items are clear. The only one of these that has dots is Indy, which is the boring tunnel one, which means I think that there is stuff everywhere else that I have not found in terms of the map and items, which kinda sucks. But I digress. But I just don't know, like, what else there would be, like, where it would be. I mean, I have one idea. Because it does feel like some bullshit that they would pull. Moderators, cam their texts. Alright, nothing in here. And now we're at the hit everything with the scrambler. Maybe because you haven't kissed all the robots. They do need kisses, just like Pikmin need a little goodnight smooch on their tiny little plant heads. That's true. Also, I love Pikmin so much. Pikmin are perfect and good and sweet and pure, and we don't deserve them, and yet they're our friends. Do you ever consider how many Pikmin have died for us? And like how fucked that is, but also what a beautiful statement of like loving altruism it is. It's almost like messianic / biblical. It's like the grace of a love that you don't deserve, but that saves you from like utter, destruction and hopelessness. I mean, that's Pikmin, is what I'm getting at, you know? And every day you should get up and you should be thankful to the Pikmin for your life. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty deep, man. And then followed by just taking the fattest rip ever. Unironically, Pikmin Bloom does talk me into walking more. I I don't you know what? I am going to not say anything because Like, it's one of those things that, yes, I was right. I was right. I knew better than you. I knew you were going to do this to me. That this was the first place that we fucking started, where we got our first gun. And I was like, they're going to put some dumb shit here, hidden off to the side, to fuck with me. And they're going to be like, you didn't check the very first place you started, but you should have. It's where it all began. Eek. That's a wheelchair. I wonder if that's like ye old school Athatos's wheelchair. Say what you will about Niantic, I will. They sold their games. The only thing they have to some subsidiary.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Hey, Perk, thanks for the resub. I really appreciate that. Like, subscribe if you like capitalism. Why do you do this to me? Why do you attack me? The one that loves you the most. Just like a Pikmin would love you. The childproof locks in this place will need some work. Yeah. To whomever finds this, Sudra is miraculous. The fact that I've been healed attests to that. But it is too dangerous to bring this technology back to Earth. Whatever happened here was catastrophic, the ramifications extending to everyone. We are going upstream to the filter or whatever lies beyond for answers. Trace. So that was the original Trace, Athatos, that came here. This is wild because Sudra sounds so much like average flu medicine. Yeah, right? Oh, I goofed. I should have just made my son go back to my body. But instead, I became my son. Oh no, we've got ads. Can I make it through this gauntlet in time? Because I want to go through that other door over there. See if there's anything cool. Get scrambled. Give me health. Give me health. I want it. And then through. And then down. Eh. And then my little guy grabs the thing. Alexander spent a lot of money on commissioning that magic map. He's going to show it off. This alien planet has a pill that soothes my throat and my headache. Wow. Yep, and again, remember, I am not exploding my son. I would never do that. You're misinterpreting what I'm saying and seeing. Fake news, etc. Okay, but we got ads in a minute, so Vatagan explode his son couldn't be. Has someone done an Osmosis Jones Metroidvania? Feels like a fun. honestly, that would be pretty rad. Like uh, a full body Metroidvania, and then like one of the levels gets cut out because like you are in the appendix at the time of the appendicitis, and like the appendectomy, and you have to find your way back. There's something there. But for now, we're gonna run some ads. Uh, Everybody, get up, stretch your legs, get a snack, get a soda, get some water, get some tea, get some crange, and I'll be back in 3 minutes, and we'll continue the great roundup of all the bullshit hidden around the map before we punch ourselves in the face. See you then. Okay. Okay. I am back. How's everybody's ad break? Anything too egregious? Anything too shocking, wild, disturbing? Ah, there we go. World building BS. Let's see. Okay. Let me think. This is a little bit of a meta world building thing, but um we're going to go with that. So, it may not surprise you all that a lot of the things that I create, a lot of the worlds that I put together are connected. The Blake Sky universe has ties to a lot of different things and is in many ways intentionally broad so that it can hold and encompass a lot of different stories. But that isn't just a like looking forward kind of thing. It's also a looking backward kind of thing. I had a story that I was working on that was set in Appalachia in the 1990s, which is well after the Blake Sky time period of like the 1930s. And it was a whole thing that was like a creature of the week kind of setting. And it took place in a small town called Prosperity. Now, for anybody that has listened to Blake Sky Private Eye, that name might sound familiar. Prosperity is a town that a key character in that story comes from. Someday we'll get Blue Sky, regular guy AU. Yeah, we'll get the. I mean, we've already talked about like the coffee house AU, the college AU. So we'll see about that. But I really enjoy, and I'm glad that like a lot of the stories that I have the ability to like incorporate different stuff and even like allow for the ambiguity of whether or not other things that I have written for like other properties maybe are in the same universe. So one of the again meta one of the things that I really enjoy in world building is leaving things broad enough that they can go together, but they can also be standalone and that's fine and you don't miss anything. And additionally, one of these days, I will go back and I will tell the story in the 1990s of what happens in the town of Prosperity. And I think it'll be pretty fun. Because it ties on some really interesting and I think novel concepts for the cosmology and the universe and what it means. But I digress. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to take a quick bite of pizza. All right, there we go. I have been kind of feeling lately like I've been getting kind of more and more consistently dog shit pizza from my local like chain pizza places. And so, as time has gone on, I've just kind of been like getting pizza from my local places more because it's like even if the quality isn't that great, neither is the quality of the other guy. And this way, at least, I'm like helping a local business, which means more to me. Hits you with the evil, just tell the story with the TTRPG beam. It works great for me. No, this one definitely, there's enough there that I would like absolutely be railroading people if I told the story that I wanted to, and I wouldn't want to do that. Oh God, but then you brought up my Achilles heel of Monster of the Week, which is my absolute favorite tabletop experience that I've ever had. The group that I had for it was amazing. It was so fun. Ugh. Okay. How do I get up there? There's gotta be a thing. Sometimes I really wish this game would just like give me an easy win on this, because it's like I have a feeling that that's to tell me that it's over in the other spot, but it's like you could also have just left a clue over there. Oh yeah, that was where the one thing was. I need health. Um, yeah, the single best like role playing game experience I think I've ever had was running a game of Monster of the Week with some friends of mine who a lot of them did Blake Sky's stuff with us. We had a spooky that was kind of the classic like, oh, I've got like telekinetic powers and stuff like that, but I also have like a dark side that comes with it, and I don't know how to like sort those two out. Their werewolf best friend who had an unrequited crush on them, and then their time displaced great 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 grand uncle who was a monster hunter from the past sent to the future to stop a necromancer. It was a very good, very fun game. No, that's not what I want. No, wait, it is. It is. So I think maybe over this way. Save here. Yeah, the monster hunter eventually got a girlfriend that was a spider yokai. We had just a very fun cast of characters for like support. We had the local college that they were at. There was a frat that like the party immediately assumed was going to be like a bunch of douchebags that were all like incredibly antagonistic, but they were all. If you've seen Mob Psycho 100, uh, they were the like the body improvement club. That kind of like positive, like positive masculinity, like very much uh focused on that. Yeah, exactly. And that was like their whole thing was that they were like just all a bunch of dudes that enjoyed getting, having keggers and like, getting like absolutely turned. But I mean, we're also like at the same time we're like, hey, like, you know, you should treat women with respect and it's okay to have feelings and stuff like that. And it's okay to be vulnerable. We love you. It's and it was just like a very fun dynamic that I enjoyed like subverting them with. Yes, exactly. All of that, and like, uh, you know, like started off as like a like bit punchline to some degree of like, oh, like, isn't it funny that like you expected this to be like a classic like '90s college comedy moment where like all these guys are gonna be like bros, but it's like in fact they're actually incredibly like deep, articulate characters, and then it's like funnier because then those characters go on to actually have like meaningful arcs and stuff like that, which I thought was really fun. No, how do I get over there? I don't understand. What do you want from me? Going insane. Well, there's a power over there, and I don't know how to get it. And I don't want to get out a guide, but I'm also like, I'm kind of at the point where it's like, if I don't know now, I don't know if I'm ever going to know. But then again, I was literally about to say that about that one puzzle, and then I solved it. I'm not sure if it talked about. Aaron Nesterson in here. No, feel free to. Another fun one that I had was we had one of the characters getting a job in the mall, and like they had a uh like slacker coworker who was turned out to be like kind of the plot MacGuffin because they had latent psychic powers as well. And then it gets brought up that they're actually related to one of the frat bros. And they have a very, very touching dynamic, and I really enjoyed it. Like, again, like, you would think that it would just be like a dumb little callback, but like, the brother is actually incredibly protective of their sibling and stuff like that, despite the fact that they have, he has no powers and can't, like, practically actually protect them, but is like, you know, I have to do this and has to learn how to, like, kind of manage that expectation, but also, like, trust his sibling enough to, like, let the sibling, like, take care of themselves. And it was a I don't know. That's the thing. That's what I love is you get those little moments of like stories and discoveries and characterization that you never would have thought of until it feels obvious and that you're like, of course this is the only way this could have ever gone. All right, we're going to try this again. Uh the bit was conjured for was a little nod to the small town the campaign was set in was based on my half remembered high school recollection of a player at the table's hometown. So they see high school Nestor in the background of a scene in a thrift store. Okay, I like where this is going. That's funny. Although it is 100% true that any NPC that you do not expect players to interact with will be the one that they invariably do latch on to. There's got to be something here that I'm missing. Anyway, Spooky rolls a 12 on manipulate someone, and my being a big conspiracy nut at the time, immediately am convinced to help the gang out. They use him as bait in a monster trap. Okay. I I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look. I gotta look. I want to know what this thing is. I'm gonna cheat. I'm garbage. Iru, Axiom, Verge, Area Boob. Sorry. The flamethrower, you say? Okay. This says it's got a hint. Apparently I don't have the note that hints at where this is. Well, that would do it. Well, I won't cheat and get it. But let me look at the map and see where. Where is it? Where the hell? Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. Gotcha. So I haven't been there yet. That's why I don't have it. That's how they get you. In my lust for power-ups, I was too busy, too greedy. The really good bit is a few mysteries later, he shows up again in a local semi-defunct opera house where his teenage dramatics work beautifully as a red herring to make the table expect a Phantom of the Opera themed mystery. Since the arc was about fiction leaking into the world and causing trouble, the party fully adopts him into the group after the mystery, and he wound up having a chosen spell slinger. Interesting. I like that. That's cool. Man, having a lot of health slots is great, but it also takes so long to get all your health back. Alright. Well, let's proceed forward toward Athetos. I know I've spent a whole lot of time on doing the completionist thing, and I appreciate everybody for putting up with my bullshit. I I don't know why I am this way. I just am. I'm just like, I gotta have all the things before I murder the boss. Otherwise, am I really murdering the boss? Good legal defense. Yeah, I know, right? Your Honor, I couldn't have murdered the victim. I was missing the flamethrower. I find the defendant not guilty. But, Your Honor, silence! I have spoken. I am now apparently Bane. It would be extremely painful for you. Bane with a law degree he earned in prison. Yeah, exactly. You merely adopted tort law. I was born in it, molded by it. I, I was a man by the time that I saw criminal defense. Yes, I was a man before I saw judicial lockout. Who is the only man to have ever bested me? In contract law. Only me. Yes, only you. Snaps his neck. If you have not seen it, there's the redub of the Dark Knight Rises where Bane is incredibly like health conscious and like really weird, and I just absolutely love it. We found him lurking around in the sewers. What did you have for breakfast? Answer him. I was talking to you. A bagel with cream cheese. Snaps the. You know what I look at when I see you? A bagel with cream cheese. And what did you eat for breakfast? A frowny biscuit? God. I remember when the internet was a place that was only marginally terrible, but still had good things on it. Hey, big kaiju mecha mom. Eeh. This guy could throw us on fire. You may think he will explode, but you can rest assured he will not explode. Not now. Not ever. The rumors of my son's explosion have been greatly exaggerated. Sun Tzu said that. And I think he knows a little more about fighting than you do, soldier. Because he invented it. And then he perfected it in the Ring of Honor. And then he perfected it so that no living man could best him in the Ring of Honor. And then he used his prize money to buy 2 of every animal. And then he used his prize money to buy a whole bunch of animals, load them onto a boat, and beat the living crap out of them. And that's why anytime a bunch of animals are together, it's called a zoo. Unless it's a farm. Team Fortress 2. It's just such perfect comedy gold. That's true. Have you seen a single stairs? I think not. Whoop. Spooky oogie oogie. I don't like these homing ones. These ones kind of suck. Jesus Christ. Whoop. No. Why do they have the option to run away? No. Ah. I will say the bosses in this have increased dramatically in terms of how, like, powerful they are. Maybe I should use that one. It seems like it's just kind of like generally powerful. I really wish I had a flamethrower. I feel like that would be really good. But unfortunately, I'm not allowed to have a flamethrower. Missiles for My Homies is kind of like a really good band name, if you ask me. Oh, there's the save. God. That's the thing that I hate is sometimes like I apply like adventure game like this is obviously the hidden path logic to this game and it's like no you idiot, that was the way you were supposed to go. Missiles for My Homies is the more entertaining version of that movie based on a Toby Keith song. God, that's very funny. You're very funny. Everybody needs to stop being more funny than I am. You absolute ass bastard. I'm gonna punch you in the balls. Alright. Got his ass. Goom. Yay! You're dead now. Give me your blood. Apparently, the shout scene from that movie went viral as a TikTok sound semi recently. I don't TikTok, so I'm not familiar with it, but. No, my son. That man almost killed my son. I am so palpably vexed. That man killed my son. Yes, if anyone were to be allowed to kill my son, it would be me. But I would never do that because I am not a monster. The amount of things that are just like, I'm gonna shoot so much shit at you is really starting to grow. Wonder if this has another thing that says it's hidden. Oh, I think I know where another one of those things might be now. Hey, bud, could you try jumping correctly instead of being whatever the hell this is? You know what? Good enough, I guess. There we go. Nope, I don't want to deal with them right now. Yes, good, good. Yay. I'm better than you, robot. As Boba Fett once said, the better man won, droid. And if you can tell me who he said that to, then you are cool. Ooh, boss fight. Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh, hey, I remember him. Demon. Wrong. It's me, Athetos. Obey me. Demon Athetos say, kill. Well, it was worth a try. Look, it looks like I'm not actually trapped here, so maybe I can just pass through. Pacifist route, go! The shit? The hell was that? Okay. I am at that point where it's like, There's so many things that want me dead that it's hard for me to focus on being funny and actually succeeding. But we've saved. That's cool. So, it's you. Yes, I have been wondering when you'd come. It's been a long time since I've seen another human. What is this contraption you're in? Are you okay? It protects me from the pathogen. I previously used a much more portable device, but the Rusalki destroyed it. This ungainly machine merely prolongs my demise. Is it true that you released the pathogen on the whole world? Intentionally? Yes. Then you'd better do some explaining. If I tell you too much, your captors will have to kill you. But try this. Long ago, this world, Sudra, was the doorway to an unrivaled civilization. Like a port on the way to the greatest nation ever envisioned. But the port had a collapse. By the time I came, they barely remembered who they were. They regarded their own technology with superstition and religious reverence. When I first crossed the breach from Earth to Sudra, I was expecting to find enlightenment. Instead, I discovered that they were using the breach to keep out the greater universe. In their superstitious culture, the outside universe is taboo. For this, I do not regret removing the main obstacle in my path. You'd resort to genocide just for that? Imagine millennia of scientific, cultural, and technological progress. A civilization so advanced that our world is Paleolithic by comparison. That is what lies beyond the breach. Death, disease, war, famine. These could become things of the past. But the Sudrans were obstinate. This was the forbidden fruit. The loss of a single people balanced against the whole of humanity. How else could I choose? Well, you did it. You have the breach attractor now. Why not just shut it down? The Rusalki were the flaw in my plan. They are masters of war. If I disable the breach attractor, I free them too. But Trace, with you at my side, we have a chance. Will you help me? Let me think about that for a bit. Okay, I've thought about it, and my answer is... hell no, you self-righteous jerk. So be it then. It would be really cool if you would lock onto the one that was actually, like, close. Ah, that's what I need. Okay. What if I do this? Get scrambled. There we go. Look at him go. Get his ass, Elsnova. I just realized that's gonna go, so we're gonna snooze that. I don't want to have that interrupt the fight. Oh, I need to get my health back. There we go. Yay, the breach tractor's gone. So, it appears I have lost. Elsnova, we did it. The breach is gone. I'm sorry, but there is one more thing I need to do. You're going to kill him, aren't you? He can't do anything now. Just leave him. Unfortunately, that's not a chance we can take. This was inevitable, Trace. Do not blame yourself. Athetos. Oh, he's dead as hell. So that's it. I'll never know if. I mean, what if he could have been redeemed? Dude committed a genocide. I'm sorry, man. Like, that's not how that works. You don't get to systematically wipe out an entire plane of existence and then save him a bad. Trace, you are not him. He chose wrongly, not you. But now it is time for you to go home. Home? As the clone of a mass murderer? What's even there for me? Do not worry. We have taken care of it. What's happening? I'm suddenly exhausted. Rest now. Perhaps we'll meet again sometime. Wait, please. As for what happened next, I was back. But this was different. It was as if nothing ever happened. The laser lab had still collapsed, but I was uninjured, and nobody else seemed to think that was strange. I didn't stick around much longer. I tried to go back to my former life, but it felt wrong. I didn't know who I was anymore or where I belonged. I had to get back to Sudra to find the truth of things. I started with what I'd learned there. I was determined to get to the bottom of it. That was all I had left. Hmm. Is this a time loop? And that was Axiom Verge. Man, I gotta say, the Rusalki kinda suck for the constant lying to you about, like, what they're going to do and, all of that. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily think that it was wrong to kill Athetos, given the fact that he was a mass murdering eugenics fascist. But I also don't think that it's good to lie to somebody just so that you can use them as a weapon. But I gotta say, man, I really, really love the story of this game, and the art style, and the music. It just has such a feel to it that I just don't really remember in a lot of other games. And like with the memory address having the code to change the map and stuff like that. That's such a cool mechanic. Axiom Verge Randomizer. No reset games. Randomizer mode. Project Manager. Oh yeah, they've got a randomizer. They've got like all kinds of other modes that you can play that says I'm probably not going to do those because I'm not much on randomizers, honestly. And of course, me. There we go. That's my stats. What do we want to do? Do we want to try and get map and item completion, or Do we want to do something else with the rest of our time? I mean, we're gonna have to take an ad break in a sec anyway, so uh debate it amongst yourself, fight to the death. I'm gonna run some ads and I'll be right back. Alright, don't go anywhere. See you in 3. Alright, we're back. So what do we want to do? We want to try and get map completion, or we want to? I mean, we could. It would be so funny to roll immediately into Axiom Verge too. That I've been playing on another save, so I don't know. What are y'all feeling? I'll you know what? I'll throw up a quick poll, and we'll let fate and chance decide. Or I would if it would bring up the option to start a poll. I don't know why it's not. That's weird. Let me do the thing. There we go. Oh, god damn it. I am Boo Boo the Fool. I didn't save the thing because I'm, as they say in French, stupid. I say it in French, though. Okay. Alright. Where are you at? Yeah, here we go. New poll. And we'll make it quick. We'll only give it 2 minutes. All right, you got 2 minutes. Make your voices heard. Democracy, etc. et al. Ampersand, asterisk, semicolon. In the meantime, I'm going to eat another bit of this pizza. Pizza. I know there is bad pizza, but even bad pizza is pretty good. Okay. Appeal to authority. Strawman, strawman. No true Scotsman. All right, we got a couple seconds left. I think one person has voted, so. Of course, it's a split decision. So it comes down to me rolling this die. Even Axiom Verge, odd Axiom Verge 2. All right, even. We'll play a little bit more because I know from what I read that there is at least one thing that I haven't found yet. Well, I mean, obviously there's the thing that I found, but I can't reach. But I know that its constituent component is in here somewhere. Kind of hate those things, not gonna lie. awful little bastards. I have just noticed now that I am actually controlling this guy. I control when he shoots and when he moves after I hack him. Hey, it's the guy that I didn't murder. I think I'm gonna murder him this time. Well, I was going to, but then I'm like, he's got a whole lot more health than I do, so. Oh god, they're gonna beat my ass in the quote retweets. Okay. Kindly explode this man. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do one thing. Since we've already had it for the entire game, we're gonna deactivate Justin Bailey. This is what Trace looks like without Justin Bailey on in his cool red coat. Yay. Murdered successfully. Kind of fucking hate those guys. No. Mm. I just feel like this big weird thing has a purpose, but I don't know what it is. Of course. It was put there for kissing. Alright, we'll go here, and we'll save, and we'll get our health back. It's gotta be here somewhere. Okay. Where looks like it has a place that needs exploring. Okay. Nope. Didn't make it. There we go. Alright, there's this little, like, vestigial thing over here, but I don't know how to get over there. So I feel like there's gotta be something here. This is pretty rough, honestly. Like, just trying to figure out where the hell this thing is. Because I feel like it's got to be tied to that over there. Like, there's got to be something going on with it. Okay. What if... Ooh. Hold on. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Ah, damn. But I think I understand now. I think I get what it wants me to do here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm hopefully not gonna die. Hopefully. I wonder if they're gonna be back down there now, or yeah. What? Oh, you ass! You absolute ass! That's bullshit. You were. No, I don't. I don't approve. I don't like. That's some horse shit right there. Is what that is. Because he was in there. I saw his little sprite pop up. Just want you to get your goddamn little sprite in there. Yes! Hooray! We're learning! When in ancient days the black-headed retreated from the world, when, after days of war, the carrion birds circled, when graves were filled with the caskets, when the lone orphan plowed the barley, now, at that time, where the primordial patterns laid to rest, their masters banished. But just as the seeds of the next harvest are sown, so too did kings plot and plan for the next battle. Did they scheme and make secret dealings? Far to the east, where the sea and the mountains meet, is a cave dug out by the crashing waves, where the kings conspired and set aside the greatest of primordial fires, Dinger Gizbar. With its name as the key, it lays in wait until that day when next masters of patterns again reap the harvest. Okay, so it seems pretty obvious to me that Dinger Basser is the passcode that we have to use. So now we go in here. Just die already. Yeet. No, my son. Ow. Son of a bitch. I don't have time to fight all of you. They're secrets. What happens if I go over here now? I feel like there's got to be a way to get down there, right? To where her big wormy body is. Her big, sexy, wormy body. It's like, would you love me if I was a worm? And be like, no, I wouldn't love you unless you were a worm. Alright. Now you go in the egg. Get in the egg, egg boy. Got anything to say? Nope. Nice seeing you. I like that dude, his whole purpose is just to get scrambled and become slightly taller. That's it. That's why God made that man. So it seems like a lot of the secrets have to do, I think, with understanding the scrambled state of the enemies. Because a lot of them have, like, abnormalities and usages. Like, having that guy follow you between maps and stuff like that is obviously pretty important. That's a lot of goop. Ow. Alright. Grab you. Throw my son up there. Teleport to my son, who I love and would never explode. Realize I've gone the wrong direction. Backtrack. Gaslight. Gatekeep. Girl boss. Blame you. I gotta. The sun was in my eyes.
I told you not to pop in like that. You can learn to knock like everybody else.
Beavers, hey! Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the raid. Hey, for anybody who doesn't know me, I am Fatagan. And thank you for being the first person to test my new raid alert that I stole from King's Quest 6. What do we got? Prin, good to see you. It said to knock, and the knock button came up. I am tempted to hit it for the bit. uh, that would be a very funny bit, honestly. But Beavers, what were you up to? How are you doing? Thanks for bringing your folks in. For anybody that doesn't know me, again, I am Fatagan. I am your friendly neighborhood cosmic horror, and we just beat Axiom Verge. We're going through trying to get map completion now. But what have you been up to? And additionally, anybody that you know needs to raid and fade, hit it and quit it, feel free to do so. Obviously, Banjo Tooie, nice. Got through Glitter Gulch Mine, nice. I really enjoyed Banjo Kazooie as a kid. I don't think that I ever actually played Banjo Tooie. So I probably should at some point, you know? It's quite the task, I swear. Well, I'm glad that you the PC port is very good. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. you just set me up with a bunch of stuff, Perk, between that and the other thing. Uh you're like my dealer for Vidya. Meh. Bird. But yeah. Uh we've been playing Axiom Verge. This is my son. I love him. He's wonderful. I would never explode him. I did not explode him just then. If you think you saw me explode him, you are mistaken. I teleported into my son and became one with him. And that's not exploding him. And it is a legal defense in a court of law. Alright, yeah, so we just spent way too long trying to get this note that we need to unlock and get this item. But should be able to do it now. Assuming I stop going the wrong direction. Fucking really thinks he can find all the bit. I mean, I've got 96% map completion at the very least. I can at least complete the map, I feel like. Now, all the bits, Bob's, your uncle's. Ah, Jesus Christ. What the hell was that? Please die. Again, cannot stress enough that I would never, in 100,000 years, explode my son. Okay, now I gotta look up the note that we got. The proverb, the name of the eternal flame, Dinger Gispar. So now we go here, and we put in Dinger Gispar. And now the world is different. And now we get a flamethrower. Hey, look, I'm Ryusei. No, wait. Hold on. Now I'm Ryusei. Because we all know Ryusei with Justin Bailey. Okay. Where does that put us on the map? You're telling me there's still more? What more is there? How could there be more? I feel that. How can there be more? I don't understand. I've given you everything you want. Haven't I done enough? Haven't I suffered enough for you? Alright. We will keep going for a little bit longer. And then I think we'll either go until the next ad break and then we'll wind down, or we'll go until we find our next big cool thing. I have an idea where one cool thing is, but I want to test it. Because I remember seeing a thing. And I was like, it's weird that you can just make this thing pop up and it doesn't do anything. And now I think I know that it actually does. Do, do. Leave me alone. I don't think this flamethrower is doing as much work as it said it would. Then again, I am fighting a robot, which is not the preferred enemy of the flamethrower. At least the last time I checked. Okay, anything here? Nope. There's got to be one of the breaches in here. I just don't know where it would be, is the thing. Did my laptop overheats if I put it in bed? Robots are not strong. I mean, I think that that's a difference between a robot and a computer, though. Because your laptop can't, like, defend itself against a flamethrower. Whereas ideally, a robot would be able to, like, get away or, attack you. Or that's my story, at least. And I'm sticking to it. I mean, do computers even need a CPU? Says the man who ostensibly has a computer science degree. Damn, I goofed. I thought I was smart, but I'm not. I was like, aha, that's clearly got to be a thing. Nope. You idiot, you rube, you fool. That was neither jack nor shit. Ooh, but there is that entire section down there that I couldn't get to before. Go, my son. Yes. Yes. Ooh, what do we have here? Data bomb. Bagoom. Alright, is there anywhere on the map that I haven't been yet? That's the one thing, is that sometimes, like, looking at the map, I'm just like, my eyes glaze over, and I'm like, oh god, I can't track what the fuck I'm doing anymore. Oh, jeez. Go, my son. Alright, nothing there, unfortunately. Nothing there. It's not looking good. And there was a thing here, but it's gone now because we took it. Okay. Maybe over here. the fact that there was not anything up there absolutely frustrates me. Like, I feel like there's so many times in this game where it's like, yes, you thought that there would be a thing there. I can see why. There's not, but I can see why you would think that. It's like, god damn it. Stop messing with the Axiom, Verge. I get it. You're smart and you're cool. And it's like, I know. It's like, just, just let me, let me have this Axiom, Verge. And it's like, no. Now I'm going to take your mom to prom. Now I'm going to become your new dad. This is a fun little alternate universe I've created. Alright, cleared all that out for no reason. That was fun. I'm going to teach you how it feels to be exploded by your dad. No! I would never do that. Not even once. The hell? Boy, that sure was something. Damn. I was really hoping that there was something. Well, I didn't check this wall. There's always a chance. No. Damn it. Okay, what do we got? Got some health. That's good. We got. Okay, okay. Kill you. Get unscrabbled. Jump over here. Anything good in here? Nothing that we don't already have. Murder you. Hey, remember when like our main character was like, "Damn, you didn't give me a chance to see if that genocidal fuck could have been redeemed." Good times, right? And like, I get it. He's like more concerned with like the notion that like his existence is predestined and like that there might not be a chance for him, blah blah blah. Like that's where he's coming from. Even though like ideally the notion would be that you're not that person because you're not a genocidal fuck. Which I will stress again, if you have the option to not commit genocide, take it. It's always an option, really. There's I would posit there has never been a real honest to god point in human history where genocide has been an unavoidable outcome. Be honest, I already hold myself to that standard and I would not give future me the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna break every single bit of this ossified bullshit. Why? On the rare chance there's a secret in it. There was not. So this part looks promising. I was wrong. It's not promising at all. You fool. You rube. You idiot. Man. You know how I was like, how bad could this be? I'm starting to regret my choice of words. Okay. What have we got? That's a lot of bullshit. I'm an idiot. I can see a tiny little. Oh, that is the worst sound, and I hate it. No, I'm sorry. You must die. Link, it's so good to see you. You must die. Thank you, Fred. I knew you would pick up what I was putting down. Yay! We got the most vital upgrade. The range node. But, but, you'll notice there's the little pip there, which means that we're map complete on Absu now. I don't know what we're missing here, which is vexing. But, baby steps. Good night. Thanks for popping in. All right. Honestly, I'm starting to feel a little fatigued myself, so I think that's probably a good point for me to save my progress and call it. We'll get in the egg like the good little egg boy that we are. Ooh, takoyaki. Nice. Okay. Then what we'll do, we'll call it for here. No, not that one. Not that one. All right, who have we got that's on that we could raid? Hopefully there's somebody around. Let's see. How about let's go raid. Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming, for hanging out. I had a wonderful time. I don't know if I'll complete Axiom Verge on stream. I'll probably pick up Axiom Verge 2 next and play it on stream. And we got DOS Boxing Day. We'll hopefully finish up Goblins on Monday, so I'll see you there. But thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Have a good one.